Wednesday, March 12, the Member of Parliament where they represent the All People's Congress Party na the Western Area Urban District, Honorable Osman Timbo, be resigned in position as the Deputy Secretary General for the All People's Congress APC Party.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades and supporters of the APC, members of the media, good afternoon. Today, on this 12th day of March 2025, in this holy month of Ramadan and Lent, I address you with a heart full of gratitude and a strong commitment to a shared dream of making Sierra Leone better. After deep reflection and a sense of duty, I officially announce my resignation from my position as Deputy National Secretary General of the APC, effective immediately.
Today we can't talk about politics. Also we focus on Honorable Osman Timbo, who just resigned in position as Deputy Secretary General for the All People's Congress APC Party. Where to make a resign, we discuss inside this edition of the Breakfast Show.
Please subscribe to my new YouTube channel Don CLIN and hit the notification bell to be notified for new videos.
Honorable Osman Timbo, where yesterday he resigned from in position as Deputy Secretary General for the All People's Congress. Waiting to be the reason them where they behind in resignation and waiting next for in political career. All you gonna know inside the program this morning. But before we can talk to him in the studio, let's quickly join with reporter Mayato Sheriff will be there yesterday who say Honorable Osman Timbo be the tender in resignation to the All People's Congress APC Party. Wednesday, March 12, the Member of Parliament where they represent the All People's Congress Party na the Western Area Urban District, Honorable Osman Timbo, be resigned in position as the Deputy Secretary General for the All People's Congress APC Party.
Fellow Sierra Leoneans, comrades and supporters of the APC, members of the media, good afternoon. Today, on this 12th day of March 2025, in this holy month of Ramadan and Lent, I address you with a heart full of gratitude and a strong commitment to a shared dream of making Sierra Leone better. After deep reflection and a sense of duty, I officially announce my resignation from my position as Deputy National Secretary General of the APC, effective immediately.
Honorable Osman Timbo continues to say he resigned in position as the Deputy Secretary General because he wants to take another step now in political career.
This decision to step aside at this moment has not been an easy one, especially considering the pivotal role I have been playing, but it is a necessary one. I have always lived by the principle of fairness, and with the upcoming activities within the party, I believe that stepping down from this position will help maintain the integrity of the Secretariat and ensure a fair and level playing field for all. Let it be known that I am not leaving politics, nor am I leaving the APC. I remain fully committed to the APC and will continue to do my best to support and strengthen the party. Although my time as Deputy National Secretary General has come to an end, this marks the beginning of a new chapter in my political journey. I will focus on my next steps and look forward to engaging with party members, stakeholders, and the general public in the coming days and weeks. In the next few weeks, I I will inform the nation about my next steps.
Honorable Osman Timbo been tell thank you to the All People's Congress Party for the support wey they don dey give am na in political career.
My journey in this esteemed position has been one of service, learning, and dedication to advancing our party and our nation. I want to sincerely thank the leadership of the APC, especially my boss, the National Secretary General, Lansana Dumboya Esquire, the National Chairman, the Deputy National Chairman, and the entire executive at all levels of the party for the trust they placed in me and for creating the space for me to contribute meaningfully to our great party. I also extend special thanks to Dr. Samora Kamara for leading the party through the 2023 elections, which was stolen from the people of this nation. Never again will we allow such thievery. My heartfelt appreciation goes to all the delegates at the February 2023 APC National Delegates Conference who overwhelmingly elected me to serve in this position. Your faith in me has been a great inspiration, and I feel truly honored to have had the opportunity to work for the good of our party and our nation. Thank you to supporters within and outside the APC party who stood with me during my darkest days when I was removed from Parliament in 2019.
But wetin this decision mean to the APC party and the executive, Lansana Dumbuya, now the Secretary General for the All People's Congress APC party, he been gets this for say.
Having worked with him for 2 years closely, he's a pillar of support, in any institution that he finds himself. So far, that is my assessment. And I'm not saying this to jump into any arena for any flag bearer or whatnot, because he has brought in his resignation today, and I would not have wanted his resignation at this point in time, to be honest, because he's been very, very helpful. He's been a very key player in all the achievement we have had so far in the Secretariat. He is somebody I can count on any day, any time. And I believe that whatever he's going to do out there, I wish him well, and I believe he's going to succeed.
All of a sudden, people see through the social media yesterday, you see the resign from your position as Deputy Secretary General of the party, a position where now vote for you, based on a new constitution, una fit for pull the selection clause, una want democracy in our party, una get a delegate conference, everybody be know the tension will be with this position, although yes, you might not agree, but at some point, the party hierarchy then be say for step down for somebody else, but you stood your grounds, you say no, I go into the elections. If they beat me, then beat me. Respectfully, I go congratulate to that they contest with. You emerge as the winner. You hold this office, all of a sudden you say they resign. Reasons not clear, even based on your declaration, resignation video where you make, I watch it over and over, able for state that reason why you resign of that position, you still be member of parliament, you still in the APC. What make you resign? A suppression?
I think when you watch the video, you don't watch properly. I think you're watching for something. Even if you read the resignation letter, I'm sure you are watching for something. So when somebody mind on fixing, at least I want for seeing this, see them. Then whatever else you see, you become blinded, like, not talk up. What I said was very, very clear. Me not person when it means me words. I don't. You talk about what may happen at the delegates conference. I don't remember what you're talking about. I know that I went to the elections. It was contentious, but I know I won that elections by a landslide. you know, and I also want to use this opportunity to thank those 1,373 delegates who gave me the mandate for last serving this capacity. And I pray that I not let them down during the 2 years we serve. But at the same time, I'm someone who is very conscientious. I believe, say, the principle of fairness must always be upheld in whatever place where you find yourself. One of the last acts that I do before I resign was actually putting together the timeline for the, well, I'll not say do, as in I mean one do, basically manage the process. But put together the timeline for internal elections where they start very soon.
When?
I will not announce the date because it's the responsibility of the Secretary General, and also after a decision by NAC. But I can tell you for certain that by the Constitution, February 2026, we for don't get a National Delegates Conference where we elect the national officers and the new flag bearer. That is what the Constitution provides. And before that, 3 months before that, that's November, all lower level conventions for don't be completed. Right? So, having done this activity, I feel like, we're getting close to that point where elections are coming, internal elections. And if you want to really create a level playing field, and you get in your heart, say, okay, you want to go back to the people and ask them, say, I want to consider serving you in a different capacity, you need for give space, for maintain the integrity of the party and the secretariat. Me personally, the rumor was out there that, oh, Timbo, they come up for flag bearer, blah, blah, blah. People were even saying there were people in the executive, we want for be flag bearer, we still hold position. And truth be told, if you're there, you play with all that information, you direct in the way how the party is going, you hold an executive position, you create an unfair advantage for yourself. And that is not right.
Let you just resign.
No. So,
and
you see,
go ahead with your plans.
I'm a believer of God, yeah. In terms of being qualified for one for the flag bearer of the APC, I'm qualified by our Constitution. I'm qualified by the Constitution of this Republic. However, I'm a firm believer in Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I believe that power comes from God. He gives it to who He wants, when He wants, and He takes it from who He wants and when He wants.
For one for the flag bearer.
I am consulting on my next steps, and I plead with Ona, Duya, and just in the next few weeks, I will announce to the nation, take me by my word. In the next few weeks, not more than a month, I will tell the world what my next steps are.
A lot of people where all this view say you therefore they part of the people them where they run for flag bearer for a party the APC, and seeing the other people them we don't come out so far, very young gentlemen of the APC, although some not make a formal declaration yet, but then getting supporters them all over the social media, doing campaigns for them, making informational materials, believe say with the kind of young people we don't come forward for lead the APC, that now is a sign for sure say young people then determined for take leadership in the political space. And if this happen, many people believe say there is hope for the future of Sierra Leone. What you go say to somebody who hold this view?
First, I'll say it's quite welcoming for me. It's a breath of fresh air. For me, it's something that I welcome, not just because I'm a young person, but because I feel the world is going young, and that God gives a lot of strength to young people. That is why when you look biblically or even from the Quran, you see that most of the prophets, apart from Prophet Abraham, were very, very young people. The two major prophets of our time, Jesus Christ and Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, these were very young men where actually God appoint or anoint for let them be prophets. So there's strength in being young, yeah? So for me, I take a lot of solace in the fact that young people are showing interest in leadership, but also there's a myth where people really need for less that, oh, now old people in Omodide. No. There are only 3 old people in the entire leadership from that election. The chairman, the deputy chairman, and the leader then. The deputy leader, the secretary general, all of us are young people. Decisions taken are taken collectively. If you can't vote, the one the way they vote will pass the old one then. So anything will happen yonder, we have to take collective responsibility because now we all vote. If we all vote, then the pardon gets their way, as people think the pardon gets their way, then now we accept them. Also, the myth was over left now, this feeling say, oh, APC are old people. APC has produced the youngest president of this nation, democratically elected. I think many people don't forget Joseph Saido Momo, right? He was in his 40s. Many people don't forget that President Nkrumah became president of this nation at the age of 53, right? But then forget say, that was in 2007, but then forget say President Nkrumah contested in 2002. 2002, 53 minus 5, will tell you say President Nkrumah was around 48 when he ran for the presidency against President Kaba at the time. 2 years before that, he was leader of the party. Meaning at the age of 46 or thereabout, he was the leader of the nation. He was the leader of a whole political party. So my point here is, the youthfulness within the APC not starts today. It has always been there. Giving young people power has always been the APC's drive. Now, only now people feel like saying are old people, forgetting that even the one when they call old so, most of these people were young when they took power in the APC. It's just that they don't do it for a little long.
Consultation, and you'll come back to the public as to your next political move as you continue. But as young as you are, based on your ambition, also you want yourself now the next 3 years politically. The next 3 years, also you want yourself.
The next 3 years? Serving the people at the highest level where them feel say they want for make a serve. I have dedicated my life to service of people. I consider myself as representative of people. I only want the validation of the people. I don't want to be appointed a minister. I don't want to be an ambassador. Even when APC can have power. Some people will tell me, oh, no, talk am. I talk am. I don't want it.
So you want to be a running mate?
I don't want.
So even the position of a running mate?
Look. Let's not get to that point here.
Yeah, because you talk, say you don't want to be a minister, you don't want to be an ambassador.
Yes.
And you want to serve at the highest office when at the presidency.
I didn't say that.
Yeah, you just mentioned
the highest
that.
level where the people want me.
Yeah,
look, I'm not... Khadija, I won't be shy to say I want the presidency. I won't.
Based on the consultation, the people tell you say they want for a contest. Are you willing and ready at this time?
I will definitely throw my hat in the race. If that was the result of my consultation. I will definitely, because like I said, I'm qualified. I think I've learned a lot, and waiting people don't know. Maybe many people not even go to that. I am the only person within the executive now, or within the APC now, that has served in the 3 arms of government. People are aware. I've been an officer of the courts, that's part of the judiciary. I've been in the executive. I worked in State House. Now in Parliament.
And you think that's an edge over the other people all over the area?
I'm just saying I have balanced experience. And I'm not doing them position where na policy. I usually can make policy. I don't do at the part where I really do the work. So I understand the bottlenecks. I understand how governments work. I understand the challenges within the judiciary because I was there. I understand the bureaucracies where they happen with ministries, departments, and agencies. I understand how to deal with wants and scarce resources over the meet. I understand very well the energy situation, how we left it, what was happening at the time, how we got about the energy mix. I know all those things. And then in Parliament. So Parliament just round up for me everything, because in Parliament, feel like the final place. Everything where they happen at the executive, you can end up in the Parliament. So it has given me an invaluable experience where, in a way, I want to tell President Nkrumah plenty thank you for the opportunity there. I remember once I sat with him in his office and I had this conversation. At the time, there were opportunities for young people in government. I met him with my CV and told him that Parliament I want to go. He told me his experience in Parliament and how that made him a better leader. So for me, as much as it was part of my drive, he gave me the validation that, oh yes, Parliament is the best grooming ground for leaders. So for me, in a nutshell, I feel I am rounded in terms of experience. I'm rounded in terms of knowing the APC. I've been in there. I started from the youth level to those who are there now. I wrote the constitution for the APC with others as the principal draftsman. So I understand the APC. I've traversed the entire nation campaigning for national position within the APC. So I understand the party as well as I understand the nation. I understand governance despite my tender years. I'm only 39 years old now.
So if you say you get all this understanding...
You doubt that?
Well...
You know my story.
I quote you. I don't want for affirm anything now.
No, but you know my story.
If you say you
understand
all of these things, and if you people that we consult with now feel say they want you for run for the presidency, they throw your heart into them. If that did happen, you be the flag bearer of the APC. With all this, you understand what you see you get. With the current issues where Salon struggle with, you will able to fix the country?
I think fixing the nation is collective effort, yeah? Collective effort and the willingness to do it. You have to have it in mind that it is not us versus them. First thing for me is about uniting the party, yeah? Because a house divided cannot stand. But after uniting the party and winning an election, you have to understand that Salon is one. And our agendas must be aligned. It has to be in sync. We have to be together for low move the nation go before. And I feel it's one thing where this present government miss. My first debate in Parliament was titled, in my head, unity and continuity. Governance is continuity, right? So when they come, oh, all what APC do, then take the country, go put on a gutter inside hole, they described it negatively. They came out with a GTT report, I think, with label APC one kind way. President Nkrumah had that chance to do it, but he chose to take the high road. And he said, okay, let's leave waiting on pass. Let's look at this and move forward. That is why we saw a lot of development under President Nkrumah's first term. But with these people, they come, they want for Fed's power balance in parliaments, then pull in our parliaments, they did a lot of things, being all sort of things. And not forget, Khadija, I cannot come to your studio now and pull you and I feel say, I go understand without talking to you. There are many things we want to do now, yeah, where I cannot just come and say, okay, all we think Khadija then do now rubbish and begin run attack Khadija then. Would I be comfortable for even tell you what you are left? Even proper handing over wasn't done, and that is what President Nkrumah did right. Not forget, for a week or two, the ministers of Tijan Kaba continued to serve, even when Ernest take power. So there was a seamless transition at the time, but this not happen now. So back to the question about whether we can move this country forward, I feel I can. I'm one person who believes in a national development plan, collectively owned by all of us. A national development plan where APC, SLPP, civil society organizations, religious groups, young people, women, elderly people, kids, we all come together and say, this is where we want our country. This is how we want to move a country forward. Meaning, we put together a short-term plan for the 5 years, The medium term, maybe 10 years, 15 years. Then the long-term plan, which we want, also one day in 25 years, also one day in 30 years. But the only way how you get acceptance of this, now where everybody puts hands in them, and we take them to parliament, we legislate them, we popularize them. It becomes law. It becomes like the constitution of the APC. This government could tell you, say, we don't do a national development plan. Ask them whether they call for the good one. You sit down to yourself, you do a development plan. You never even talk to the journalists. You never even talk to people in the streets. You never even talk to the opposition, because you have to also respect the opposition. They are part of the governance infrastructure of any nation, and know the pressure we international community when they put we under just for go back to governance when we do that boycott. So they have to respect them. If you don't respect the opposition, then you cannot rule, you cannot govern. Anybody
this bill-led governments not respect to
to a large extent, they don't treat the opposition as they're supposed to treat the opposition. A very, very large extent. Appointments, where constitutions say for consult, and there is, oh, consultation for just teluna. How can that be consultation? How can you want to implement a tripartite report now? This has been a challenge too. We've written letters, chief ministers responded. We've gone everywhere. We've written to international community. We say we want we own quota. Now the tripartite implementation committee. The only people who did it from the APC. Now the leader of government, leader of the opposition, the mayor of Freetown and Makeni. How can that be enough in a committee we get almost 20-something people? That's unfair. So if you ask me the question about being treated right, we haven't been treated right. In opposition, you have to treat an opposition as an opposition.
But why una not don't come speak on these issues?
Yeah.
And that make a lot of people hold this view, say una just comfortable, usa una dey so, and also maybe some members of the APC when they allege say that bedfellow the government, they are okay.
The secretariat get responsibility for right. We've written to the government, we've written to the international development partners. The publicity secretary, I'm aware, even though you say we'll not come and talk, yes, we did. The arm of the party that talks about this is the publicity department. CDI Tunis don't go across, they explain with dissatisfaction. He's done it many, many times. I remember in one of the then parliamentary programs we will get, I was there, I spoke about it, I spoke about our dissatisfaction with the composition. So back again to the question of moving this nation forward, yeah? You need to have what we call a high-level manifesto. Say, these are my priorities. But for say you can't sit down and can't make a manifesto, you will make manifesto. It's not realistic. When you're outside government and when you're inside government are two different things. You will get all the fantabulous ideas, but when you come inside, then you realize at the end of the month I get for pay salaries of X number of people. You see, say, I get for pay light bill, I get debts then for pay. You the one outside they pull the money. All that you plan here where you don't carry with, they will go outside the window. That is why I'm really weary, I'm really worried, I'm really scared about candidates that will come on out and carry with a whole manifesto. I don't write the solution to Salon problem. No one person get the solution to Salon's problem.
Okay, Honorable, back to the issue of your consultation. You already don't accept, say, the people where you go consult, tell you slay run as a flag bearer for the All People's Congress, you go wholeheartedly accept. What about the other side of the coin? Say, even though them believe, say, you fit for run as a flag bearer, but let you understand the person first and go as a second man at the tickets. Who will you prefer?
There's nothing like going as a second person in the Constitution, right? Nobody contests for running mate position. I've had that talk.
So you know,
I'm telling you, people don't come out. I can tell you, without saying names, 4 people were here say one for big flag. They've actually approached me to be running mate. I tell them, oh, so you know, so I have that much value, right? That is why you want me to be a running mate. Nobody runs for running mate. running mate is being selected in 2028. Elections happen in 2026. Elections for the flag bearer of the party. 2 years down the line is a long time.
And you cannot be running mates for anybody.
You cannot, I'm not saying that. You cannot think about running mate now when a running mate is not a position to be contested for. The position of deputy leader of the party is not one of the positions where anybody they contest for in a national delegates conference. When it is the prerogative of whoever becomes a flag bearer in consultation with the National Advisory Committee for select. In fact, that's the only position that is being selected.
That time they come and select you.
So you guys want me to be running mate, huh?
No, just they look at.
I see you guys think that way.
Anyway, let's look at few messages so people don't say.
They want to say something, Khadija. Deep down within you, like you say, you go on consultation. This issue of running mates not one option based on the consultation.
It is not an option on the table. How can you talk about an option? What is the option? Everything on the table. Now, copy them, remote control.
Presidency day.
On the table. Yes, it is. Flag bearer a day, not for presidency.
Flag bearer, sorry.
Yeah, a day. Running mate's not there. Who's talking about? Why should we talk about running mate even?
All right. Look at messages where the viewers don't send and you go respond so before we wrap up the program.
So this actually on Facebook, they say, very decent, smart and eloquent young man. I stand with you, Timbo. APC is changing the narrative come 2028.
All right, we're going to look at more messages we don't come na the program this morning. I want to start for it from the YouTube channel. This other one they ask, say, if you don't want to settle for anyone's running mates, who will be your preferred candidate if you don't have the flag bearership?
This one they say, Honorable Timbo, the executive is not serious. It's good for them to resign like you did.
All right, let's look at more messages.
About Fuji, they say, what movement is this young man trying to form? We already have radical inclusion ongoing. What else are we expecting? These young folks that were groomed from the nation's milk and honey know nothing about the pains and suffering of the masses. Let him focus on youth leadership in his party than national level.
Mohammed Kamara, they say, Timbo, you are part of this failed executive that failed us twice in an election. So how can you convince me if we had to vote for you in our NDC as leader and subsequently a president?
For the journey, they say Timbo is one of the decent young people in our politics today in Sierra Leone.
All right, so look at more messages we don't come inside the program this morning. Mohammed Almami Dumbia said the only flag bearer.
Mohammed Kamara, they say our party APC needs new faces to lead us if we are serious to win 2028 elections. These old folks must take a back seat and allow new young player to kick SLPP.
Yusuf Monsieur Suma say, Honorable, what changes your experience has created in the APC party and the country at large?
This one, they say this guy is clever. He knows what he's saying 100%.
Jibril Adumbuya on the YouTube channel say academic achievements and experience in nowadays politics in Sierra Leone is not enough to make you presidential material, which we have seen under the failed government. We need leaders who have guts.
Noah Conte, they say Mr. Timbo is a dedicated young man who has genuinely served his community and party. I have no doubt that if he chooses to run for the leadership within the APC, he will bring about the positive change we have all been waiting for. Whatever he decides, I wish him all the best.
More messages. This one said, Timbo, you need more difficult political and experimental wisdom journey to be rounded ready to rule Sierra Leone.
Alright, the last one I will take, plenty messages. This one they ask, say, Mr. Timbo, what do you have for the youth and women of Sierra Leone?
Alright, there are a lot of messages, but the final one I will take from YouTube because of time. I'll sign content say, I like the demure of Honorable Timbo. APC needs fresh and unblemished leadership, and I see him ticking this box. Go on, Honorable Timbo, we are with you.
Mr. Timbo, Sierra Leoneans are radically included. What's your take? All right, from the messages in there, Honorable.
Wow. I think I've never been bombarded questions this rapidly. Because even my brain self, for even liable, right? It's tough, but okay, I think a few I will try to see. Well, thank you very much for all the comments. I welcome all of them because they give you more understanding of things. And I think if I get right, let's try for C. I think somebody talk about preferred candidate, if not me. I never said I'm a candidate. Yeah, so that's the first thing first. And there's nobody who was openly declared. There's nobody. Like I said, I don't deal with fanciful things. People on the corners don't make. I think I attended one where somebody called lawyers to a program. Well, he told the lawyers there. So I will say maybe don't declare to the lawyers, but to the public, he hasn't. Enough programs where people are whole, where they talk to they're interested. But in terms of a proper formal declaration, no one has done it. So I cannot talk about a preferred candidate if not me. At this particular moment, I am not in the race. At this particular moment, I'm not in the race. So the if not me part doesn't even apply. Somebody else talk about what movement. So you talk about radical inclusion movement, right? It's interesting. I feel the radical inclusion movement now part of the government's agenda, not to anybody in personal, because whoever is propagating that, I think it's the chief minister, and he's saying I'm part of we will deliver package, But I think they've made it very clear that there's no political movement called radical inclusion movement. So for me, whatever movement, then I'm aid now movement for the emancipation of. Right, we have suffered for too long as a nation. We've gone around in circles. We go one step up, 2 steps behind. From the highest time I've spent out of this nation is 6 months. I don't live in this country for the 39 years while I live on earth. I've lived here. Now I study, now I do everything. So I don't see suffering now. Some people don't even understand my background. They don't understand my story. They just see this complete package and feel like it has always been rosy. But one day I think I'll explain that to people. So my movement is basically the people's movement. Whatever the people say, that's what I'm saying. I go back and consult. APC, a systematic party. Now party we get a structure. Yeah? You don't just jump and say, okay, me, I want this, I want that. You have to consult because you want to represent people. You choose APC because you're popular past APCO. You choose APC because APC is already a proper institutional foundation. Now you want for build on. Now you want for benefit from. Anybody who come for contest for leadership or any position within the APC. Now because they see this party is a viable party. Now then they can benefit from the party more than the party even they benefit from them. The other one is a focus on youth leadership and not bigger leadership. I am not a youth. I am not a youth. I don't pass the time when I be youth. I was a youth leader in my party. If you see I left the regional youth leadership and contest for Deputy National Secretary General of the party, it's for a reason. And anybody where they say this, with all respect to whoever texted that message, I want for me that person to open his mind up. That person is thinking small. And that is why maybe this country is where it is today. Go to Guinea. It's a young man who's changing the story of Guinea. Go Burkina Faso to Ibrahim Traoré. It's a young man who's changing the story of that nation. Go to Senegal. It's a young man who's leading that nation now. Go to the United States. It's a 39-year-old man who's the number 2 man in that nation. But for let somebody just sit down and say, oh, if you think about youth leadership, I beg, let that person they open their mind up. If a young person they talk so, let it change. Let it start for asking self the right questions about how we move this nation go before. Somebody said the past executive has failed. You see leadership? Yeah. I will just give an example of this power regime where they saw. They said all sort of negative things, bread and butter issues, country in a whole. Listen to the day where they talk about statistics. But in terms of the economy, in terms of development, in terms of now light to guess on a generator, you know how expensive it be. All those problems, people spoke about it when they were outside the safe, then get the solutions. Immediately then take power, then they get the solutions. Same way with people the way they are the executive. Sometimes, like I said, I'm a religious person. God say we know cause we leaders. God says so. So don't abuse your leaders. It's easy for you to text that message, say we don't fail. It's easy for you to tweet. It's easy for you to do cosmetic things. But wallahi, if they put them in them positions, then they might not even do better. So we have to be careful how we deal with our leaders. We don't know what they face. We don't know how people take decisions for the general good. Sometimes this person will even text inside us. You're never able to lead properly. But you're castigating an entire executive. People who made sacrifices. People who said, okay, I did come before for take leadership. Let's be careful. For call this executive a failed executive, that's not right. You don't just say everybody don't fail. It's a wrong way for look at things. The party needs new faces. For me, that's my mantra. And that's the politics I've always played. Me, I just not think about new faces within the APC at the leadership level. I think there's opportunity for make people come into the party where can make change, but they're afraid because people feel politics are dirty game. What do we need for do? Let's see new faces in campaign teams. Let's see new faces in policy decisions. Let's see new faces in the lowest level of party structure. Let's see the expansion of the party base. Let's see more people talking about politics. Let's see more people talking about policies. New faces doing that. But as it is now, because of the toxicity of the environment, most good people, they shy away. If personally, maybe look how politics bad, and think say, I'm not being bad as a lawyer, if I don't live a better life, maybe if I don't left politics, but I have persevered, and that is what I want. Now, whatever decision I got for take, you'll see I'll bring people where you don't want to see around politics. You'll see I'll bring people who are not, have never aligned themselves with the APC or even SLPP. They will all come on board. But my political mentor, interestingly, I don't have. I don't have one. So for me, I call them a concoction of many people. I take traits from one person, look at the other person, many, many things.
So locally and internationally, giving names?
My dad is my mirror. So for me, the most important person in my life is my daddy. Why I say my daddy, my dad is a study for me. It's like topic of dissertation. This I really want for that. My thesis. My dad was a person of integrity, was a family-oriented person, was a very controversial person. My dad had his own excesses. He failed in many things. He succeeded in others. Waiting me papa not do right, now I want to do right. Decide the way he do right, and I want to do better. So that is what it is for me. So people sometimes say, oh, Timbo not get godfather in politics. I tell people, yes, I don't have a godfather because I want no one to control the way I think. I have a God and my father is dead.
All right. Thank you very much.
Okay.
Osman Timbo, will join me this morning. Hopefully, as you say, in the next few weeks, you will come back and talk to the public on also you want to take your political career. Hopefully we'll get you back as you make the announcements there. Well, that's not been the Honorable Osman Timbo, where not be the former Secretary General, Deputy Secretary General of the APC party yesterday tendering resignation. But as of now, he said they do consultation, and after that he will come back to the public for inform on what he want to do next in his political career. Well, now